Let's talk about this and the state of the race right now with Sean Spicer, who's the Chief Strategist and Communications Director for the Republican Party. Sean, it's great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. David Fahrenthold, he's done a lot of digging on this fine that Donald Trump has now paid to the IRS because there was a campaign finance violation. Money goes to the Attorney General of Florida, who's considering investigating Trump University. Then she stops investigating. She decides not to investigate Trump University. Is that pay to play?
No, not at all. Because again, look at what happened. There were 48 other attorneys general that also didn't investigate this. The only one that frankly did was Eric Schneiderman here in New York that is a pretty partisan Hillary Clinton supporter. So when you look at the totality of this, you recognize that of all of the 50 states where this was brought up, only one state pursued it actually, and that's New York, who's very close ally of Hillary Clinton.
Hold on, Sean.
But there was a clerical error that was made. It was all fixed. It was redone. Paperwork was refiled. And again, but that's it. But when you look at the facts, again, if this was a cover-up, where are the other 48, 49 states that should have done something? None of them agreed with Eric Schneiderman, who's the only one, an ally of Hillary Clinton. The rest of them, including Pam Bondi, also shared that there was no merit in going forward.
I want to move on to an interview that Donald Trump gave last night that aired this morning on Good Morning America. Donald Trump spoke to ABC News to David Muir. And David asked about comments that Trump has made saying that Hillary Clinton doesn't look presidential. Let's watch this exchange.
You've often talked about Hillary Clinton's stamina.
Right.
You've even said she doesn't look presidential.
I really do believe that.
Well,
yes.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I just don't think she has a presidential look. And you need a presidential look. You have to get the job done.
What's a presidential look?
Well, I mean, you have someone who's questioned Donald Trump's fitness to be president. I think when she gets up there and makes certain accusations, she doesn't look and appear as someone who's going to be president. I think she doesn't look president when she covers up the things that she's done in the Clinton Foundation. She doesn't look presidential when she's installed a secret server to evade government tracking. I mean, that doesn't.
That's what he's talking about.
Is he talking about because she's a woman?
Oh, my God. Give me a break. I mean, at some point, she can lob a million insults at Donald Trump, and no one asks a question. He says she doesn't appear to be presidential because of the actions that she's undertaken that are clearly not in keeping with government.
He wasn't talking, but Sean, to be clear, he talks about her actions all the time. Yeah. When he's talking about her look, he's not talking about her actions. He's talking about her look. You are not wearing a tie. That's how you look today. He's talking about some kind of appearance there.
But you're inferring what he means. Kate's inferring that it's because of her gender. That's not true. I mean, he's talking about
I'm just asking a question because David Muir, David Muir asked and answered it, though. Is that about aesthetics? And Donald Trump didn't answer it.
But it is about how she carries herself. She does not appear presidential. She does not act like a president. She evades government scrutiny. She avoids the transparency that she was asked to live up to. She avoids the oath that she had signed to live up to when it carries the classified information. So I mean, when she hurled insults at Donald Trump last week for what was unbelievable meeting down in Mexico with the president down there, and she said that it was she used a ton of insults to describe that. No one questioned her lobbing those insults. When he goes back, it's always about Donald Trump. There's a huge double standard when it comes to how this campaign is being covered.
They claim, to talk to David Brock, they claim the double standard goes the other way. There's a lot of standards going around here. I want to move on to a different subject here. Mike Pence is releasing his taxes. Says he's going to release them at the end of the week. Donald Trump won't do it, he says, until an audit's done. Donald Trump then told viewers that voters don't care about seeing taxes. If voters don't care about it, why is Mike Pence releasing his?
Because he wants to. I mean, Donald Trump basically said, look, I'm under audit, and I'm under the advice of counsel. I'm not going to release it until it's done. He's released a financial disclosure form that lists every asset that he owns, all the debts that he owns, which is much more comprehensive than a tax return ever could be.
It does not show things that are on a tax return.
No, I didn't say that. I said it is much more comprehensive than a tax return. So it's up to him. But, I mean, again, I think that one of the points that David made during his reporting is that Hillary Clinton was in government for a long time, and what we continue to see is a pay-to-play from the Clinton Foundation. There, talk about a lack of transparency. 200-something times. No, it does, because they sat there and faked amnesia as far as why they didn't know about this Secret Service over and over and over again, and that was government. They were in government.
Anyone can release their taxes under an audit. I mean, that's not a reason not to release.
I don't know. That is between him and his counsel to decide whether or not. Great. But he has made a decision that on the advice of counsel, he's not going to do it until the audit's over. It's been asked and answered. If the audit gets cleared up, he'll do it. But again, when it comes back to what Hillary Clinton's not done, she was in government and evaded what was the law and what was required of her over and over again.
Both sides seem to just want to change the subject to the other candidate.
Guy.
It's so funny. Let me ask you about this, changing the subject. Donald Trump, after giving his immigration, different positions he appears to have on immigration and his speech. Senator Jeff Flake of Arizona, he was critical of Donald Trump. How did Donald Trump respond? He took him on Twitter and called him a weak senator. Weak Jeff Flake, senator of Arizona. Do you think Senator Jeff Flake is a weak senator?
I don't think, again, I've said this before on several topics, those aren't necessarily the words that I would choose. I think we've got a better argument, we've got a better values and better solutions for this country. But again, I think one of the things about Donald Trump and one of the things that makes him appealing to folks is he doesn't kowtow to this politically correct.
Do you think that helps Donald Trump?
No, I think that what people are tired of is a bunch of politicians who say anything and do anything. And what you see with Trump is a guy who's going to go down there and fight and say, I'm not going to take it, no more business as usual.
When he said that about Jeff Flake, was that appealing to you?
Huh? Was it appealing?
What makes it appealing?
No, I said that
the point. To you?
Look, again, I don't tend to use words like that in describing fellow Republicans, but what I do understand is that what people are tired of is the same old politicians using recycled talking points. And what Trump offers is a breath of fresh air and not going to do the business as usual that's been, kind of keeping Washington from solving America's problems.
Our business, a breath of fresh air on At This Hour.
Our business as usual is going to a commercial right now, else we don't